Josh?
Yeah, obviously a difficult night, frustrating night, odd in many ways. But again, I think there's opportunities there for us to make more of that game and capture momentum and possibly push the result the other direction. You make it 1-1, you grab momentum, and I think there's a different result there. But we have to, preventable goals from us, I think, is something that I see there. And it's something we got to clean up. Obviously, we know we've had some, adjustments along the back line and certainly defending, but, we can be better at both ends. I think we missed some good opportunities tonight in front of goal as well. But goals will ultimately decide the game, and we could have been better. But, it's a disappointing result.
Colby?
I guess more on their goals, just thoughts. Maybe Alex trying to cover two guys on their first goal. And
Yeah,
then
no,
second
I think
goal.
they got two guys in there. There's three guys for us. I mean, to me, that's a standard exercise that we do. We got to deal with it better. There's not two guys on Alex. Johnny's got to protect Alex's back. Alex has got to protect Julio's back, and we have a six right there. That's a normal. That is anywhere and everywhere. We just have to defend it better. There has to be contact, and obviously we can close down and deal with it. The service we could talk about as well, but that's not an uncommon picture. We got to be able to defend that ball and compete for that ball and make contact. That's what is required in that moment. The second one is a goal kick that we have Julio leaving the line to head it, and we need to attach the line with Johnny. And we obviously deal with that, and then now we have the ball and we give it away needlessly. They do get a shot, but now we have the ball. We could actually dribble out, and again, that's what I mean when I do mention preventable. So there's things that we can do there to help, obviously take that away.
The delay, how does that affect your at all with like your substitution decisions at all?
Yeah, I don't think it changes it
No,
too much.
okay.
I think keeping in mind, Seba, we wanted 30 to 45 minutes, so the game was the break is an odd one. It's a long one, but we talked about it during that break that possibly we just bring him in at halftime and just to get him going. It was a fairly I don't think the tempo was crazy, so I was thinking he would be fine. He came in, he did okay. I mean, for Seba, those are chances that he usually takes. I think they're clean looks, and again, those opportunities for him are usually in the back of the net pretty quickly. But glad that he got more minutes. We can keep building on that. Diego as well. So
has your system, and even with three in the back, wing backs, whatever, has it become a bit predictable for other teams? Is it like are they able to pick up what you're doing a little bit easier at this point?
I don't know. I mean, tonight we had a back four. We were, I think we were back in a 4-4-2 defending. We'd build up. We'd fluctuate a little bit. We always fluctuate a little bit. So, I think the lack of predictability is actually what, when we're 3-2, 4-1, that starts to rearrange the opposition a little bit, and we get success that way. We got to arrive in the box. There's plenty of chances in the first half where we are 3 against 2 in the box, and it's a completely different picture than the one that they score, and it's even more advantageous. It's even more clear for us, and runners arriving, the service isn't as good as it needs to be. So, no, I don't think that's it.
And then your defense, I guess, where would you at this point? How is your defense like? How would you assess your defensive unit as it currently stands?
Yeah, well, I mean, we have one center back and one center mid, and obviously we've utilized different guys along the back. I think Nicky and Johnny have been fullbacks for us. Adam's come in and done a decent job. He's had so much volume, we had to pull him back a little bit tonight just to give him a rest. Because he's been one that's covered the most, him and Danny Pereira. So I think we have there's a schedule congestion, there are injuries, so consistency in the back line, consistency in the group, rotation of the squad, all those things add to a little bit of the inconsistency, I guess, of performance of back line and just in general. So we got to get much cleaner. We'll have a good week to prepare for Kansas City. These guys need some rest to get fresh, and that's exactly what we'll try to do.
Sorry, one more.
Yes, sir. Go
Rado, was Rado hurt, or was the shoulder
Well,
too
he dislocated his shoulder. He tore his labrum. He has a small little bony fracture in his shoulder, and is some swelling. He trained yesterday, but we didn't have. I wouldn't call it training. It was a jog and stretch, and he did not feel good. Didn't feel very stable. It's he's on meds a little bit, and we're hopeful he can get reintroduced to training next week, and we'll just have to see how he responds to it. But he didn't feel quite comfortable and strong enough. I mean, part of his job is dueling and obviously getting, but it's a significant little hit. It's a torn. He dinged up his shoulder pretty good.
Coach, do you believe tonight
was just a case of, the ball just not really bouncing your way, or were there some glaring errors that you believe to be addressed, in this next upcoming week in training?
Yeah, it'd be good to get a full week of training for sure. We haven't had training as a group in a real way for about a month now. So there's things at both ends, with the ball and without the ball, that you have to we have to start looking at and addressing. But again, getting the full complement of players at some point would be good. Getting everybody up to health, and certainly there's 16 more, there's a decent amount of games to go. So.
And then just to ask, how pleased are you with Drew's performance and the way he's just been able to start finding his rhythm and get more comfortable and soon enough get back into the starting lineup? If there's any timeline for him to get back to that point.
Yeah, the hope is he'll continue to get more minutes as we go forward. I mean, he was out for four plus weeks, so we got him 30 the other night, and we wanted to get him more than that tonight, and I think we did. So that sets him up going forward.
Real quick, Jorge, I'm sorry, we're going to go to the back of the room for TV, and then we'll come to you. Go ahead.
Coach, we talked yesterday about kind of weathering the storm of May with those 8 matches. Now that June's here, 3 more matches this month, how much different are things with you guys with this much more rest between matches?
Well, it'll just give us a chance to work on things, I think, as a group on the field. Hopefully guys will continue to get healthy and fresh, and we'll get a full complement of players going forward. But we've had significant injuries. Obviously, that's a disappointing thing that happens, and we've had a lot of games. So, again, I think getting us into a little bit of consistency and rhythm and training will be helpful.
Corey, did you have one?
Yes, Josh, hi.
Or Corey.
Hi.
Go ahead, Corey. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Jorge, go ahead. Go ahead, Jorge.
Oh, okay. Hi, Josh. On the substitutions, going back a little bit with the question before, on the substitutions, you most likely change men for men, position for position. Is there any idea on your mind to try to tie the game and not seem to keep the 1-0?
What is the
let me try that. Let me try again. Let me try again. Yes, let me try again.
It's been a long night.
Sorry. Sometimes it seems more like you are not risking enough when you're losing for 1 goal. There is the same person, position by position, and person by person. Is that something that I see and you see different?
No, I think we get guys out there that we believe that can go in and make an impact in the game. So sometimes I think tonight again there was a little bit of change in personnel, a little bit in structure. So I think we try both those things.
After 23 games, do you think Rigoni is doing a DP job?
I mean, he's found good ways to contribute in certain games, and there's some nights where he's not able to be as impactful. I think for our guys, that's the biggest thing that I say, regardless of whether you're DP or not. You find ways to perform, have an impact at either end of the field, and consistency and performance lead to more minutes.
Adam?
Any message for the fans who stuck it out through
Awesome.
the entire?
Yeah, it's and we weren't out there. They were saying that I think they were asking people to leave, and they were still in the stands cheering. And the spirit when we got back out there was incredible. It's a long night. Much appreciation for all of our fans, the supporter section in particular, giving us volume, giving us energy. And again, I think we had the opportunities there to make it 1-1, and those things don't come without, obviously, the support of our fans. But we would have loved to reward them for sticking around and giving them the opportunity to get 3 points. But it was, it's awesome to see. They're obviously incredibly committed to the group.
Got to ask this one because news broke today about Moussa not getting picked up in France, and he was the last time we had a 3-goal game in Austin FC was when he scored his hat trick. Any chance he's coming back since we're struggling to score goals?
We will. Yeah, struggling to score goals. We will look at everything. There's things we can certainly continue to address in the next transfer window, but we'll keep all options open.
Colby, go ahead.
This coming week, do you give guys like 3-4 days off after this past month, or is no? Okay.
No, not 3 or 4. I mean, there's other times that we can potentially do that, but we have a game next Saturday, so give them 2 days probably is I think it's been a long stretch, so I think they'll benefit from that.
Go ahead, Zach.
I know he talked a lot about Danny Pereira training, but today, tonight he made a couple really impressive runs and was playing a little bit more forward. I guess has he taken his game to another level? And tonight is just another example of that.
I think it's pretty typical of Danny. He's again a very capable dribbler, very secure, and I think that comes with a level of risk. There are times he does lose the ball. There are times he doesn't get a call, but he's an unbalancing player in that way. So there is the way that we want to utilize positioning, and then there's individual quality that gets him out of trouble, that allows us to now really create more trouble and more opportunities in front of goal. So I thought Danny did a good job. He's he's an important piece for us, and we need to utilize that. But it's also now how we utilize those skills to help others create chances and score goals.
Laura?
It's my-
Microphones everywhere.
Valencia had a really good
He did.
performance
He
during
did.
the whole entire game. Why to pull him out when he's doing a great
To
job?
try to bring in a little bit more offensive qualities. I think Sofian gives us a little more between the lines, a little bit more final balls in the final. Johan had a good game. There's no doubt about it. I agree with you 100%. And it's more with the idea of how can we turn a little more of our possession into offense with someone that has a little bit more quality in the final third. But Johan played quite well.
Last time I asked you about the last minutes to score, right? The opposite team
Yeah.
scoring here or wherever. 10 minutes before the game finishes, almost you guys score again, but
Yeah.
it didn't happen.
Yeah.
What can you do to reassure that those 10 minutes, 5 minutes, the last minutes for
Yeah.
the fans are not like suffering?
I don't think I would say we were pretty aggressive at the very end. We're obviously knocking on the door a number of times. I think we missed some chances right on the doorstep. And if we get, it's 1-0, we have a chance to make it 1-1. When it's 2-0, it's obviously how can we now, generate chances quick. We scored a goal, and we actually had another opportunity right there at the death. So I think the guys, playing not more aggressive, but obviously with an intent and a purpose of arriving in the box, getting balls in the box. I think that was there at the end. But we can do more throughout the course of the game to take our opportunities better. But the push at the end, I thought was solid. We could have rewarded ourselves with another goal.
You might not answer this one. You usually don't. But the fans tonight were livid with the refereeing. How are you feeling about it?
Look, it's tough. What they do is tough. I think both in the middle and as an AR, it's a tough job to see everything that's going on in the course of the game. But it is what it is. I mean,
Can I have the last one?
Yeah, we'll go Manny and then Jorge. I do want to make sure you guys can talk to some players, so we'll have to wrap up shortly.
Coach, from what you saw tonight, are there any points of emphasis that you want to address as you go through this next week and you play on Saturday?
Yeah, I think there's things at both ends. I think being more patient in the final attack. Again, I think we serve balls way too quick. That'll help eliminate some of our transition moments, get up the field, and I would talk specifically with Emmy having just a little more calm to bring us into that space at times. Adam Lundqvist when he came in, similar. They have unique qualities. They can serve really good balls, but it does us better good when we now get up, circulate under the strikers, allow us to get more numbers in and around the box, and be able to help minimize and control transition. But obviously Seba gives us a presence in the wide areas. He's always really good at arriving. Again, he ran through. Diego put him in on one. Ethan ripped one behind the line. He misses a layup. I mean, these are goals that Seba usually takes. And when that happens, you grab momentum, you get confidence, and now you have something. And when it doesn't come, does it affect us the other way? Maybe. But, I like that he came in. He was in a position to make an impact, which is quite good. And we're going to need that going forward. But the group needs to do that. And it needs to be in a concerted way.
Yes. Danny and Julio are going to the national teams. Is that good for them, but is good for the team?
I think anytime a player is able to represent their country, it's extremely good for the organization.
Are you going to miss him?
I'm sorry?
Are you going to miss him when they leave?
Yeah, I'll miss him. Yes, absolutely.
All right, y'all. Thank you very much. Appreciate you being here. Thank you, Coach. Follow Emily.